Hi, it's Jo, and today I'm going to be watching Stranger Things Season 3, Episode 2, The Mallrats. The first episode was great, and we're starting to launch into the story now. I don't want to wait any longer, let's go. So Billy, you possessed? Are you dead? How are you doing? Is he just gonna walk out? That's almost scarier than if, he was dying. Okay, not walk out so much. So has he escaped, but he's seen that something's going on, or has he been possessed? I would not have stopped the car this far away from civilization. He's been possessed. If we assume Billy is short for William, then do not be called William or Will or Billy in this show because you will be possessed. Oh dear. What is this? I mean, this is one way to drag him into being actually part of the story.
I said, what do you want?
And they're not going to answer you.
Call? No, Mom, just get off the phone! Do you lie? What?
Yes.
What's going on?
You weren't a particularly good parent yesterday is what's going on. Even if you don't see it that way.
Emotions have been shared.
No, they haven't.
Boundary.
Magnets falling everywhere she goes.
And then we never have to work at the shithole again.
It is a win-win, definitely for Nancy.
Henderson.
I love their friendship so much.
How many children are you friends with?
Why lie?
Will just wants to play D&D.
He said he'd kill.
Dump his ass.
I'm not gonna lie.
Children.
Hey, guys! I'm still here!
Oh, Will.
Guys!
I'd hang out with Will if I was in their friendship group.
I have a family,
I'm glad she made the right choice.
but I shouldn't have said that.
Oh God.
Billy.
That's just what he wants to do. I mean, that's something I feel like he'd probably want to do just as Billy, let alone as a potentially possessed Billy.
Stay away from me, Karen.
I mean, that's the best thing he's ever said. That should be his motto to most people he meets. Stay away from me. Normally, but even more so now. God help anyone who drowns today.
You are both extremely loud.
Mm-hmm.
You think
I caught one of the little bastards.
Oh no.
I'm gonna pull out all the stops. You know why? Because at the end of the day,
I like it when monsters attack during a big parade.
What's the worst that could happen?
Now something terrible is definitely going to happen. But I mean, Elle deserves to have a normal life, a fun life. Does she have any money? Or was it their teacher? Is that the farm where all the stuff was happening last season? So the fertilizer's got special stuff in it. Oh no, is it going to do that really gross exploding thing? Oh no.
alright, little bud.
No. No. It's gonna explode. I looked at just the wrong moment. Oh god, no, the glute moves. And it's still got a tail. Ouch. No, very clearly not. Oh dear, it's spreading. Oh dear, what happened there? We're back to the cuteness. I'm happy with the cuteness. I'm very glad these two are becoming close friends.
Can we please play D&D now?
Oh, Will, I'm sorry.
Are you even allowed to be here?
Okay. It's expensive.
Poor Will in the background.
you lie? Why do you lie?
I dump your ass.
You go, I love him.
Now can we play D&D?
Oh, Will. It's alright, Mike. She didn't really mean it. You shouldn't go to all the effort of explicitly telling someone it's not a date, but then trying to make it a date in your own mind, trying to think, oh, if this dinner I'm going to win her over to want to date me.
Very good, sir.
I wouldn't order before she arrived because she may not arrive. She's looking up magnetism. I'm glad Netflix has changed its showing smoking rules. I'm also very glad that the world has changed its being able to smoke in a restaurant, because if I was on any other tables around him now, I'd be asking for the check.
Take billions of volts of electricity and cost tens of millions of dollars.
But it is
The
silver cat feeds.
I'm glad you're all saying it together.
Yellow.
Evil Russians.
I can't believe I'm about to agree with this strange child, but totally evil Russians.
So how do we...
Need help getting up, little Stevie?
It's the music he heard,
Would you two just shut
so it's nearby. Or near something equivalent. Back in the days of that text messaging, couldn't just say, oh Joyce, you're coming, or she couldn't say, oh I'm busy today. But you told her it wasn't going to be a date, you told her it was two friends going out for lunch, so it is bad that she hasn't turned up. But you can't be too sad that you're not having a date.
Would you like to do anything I want? I'm the chief of police.
Not for much longer with that attitude. As one of your Russians, I saw him with his helmet earlier.
Billy, are you okay?
I guessed it was something like this that happened. You had the vision that said take me to him or whatever, so he's doing what the vision says.
Don't be afraid. It'll
Cool.
be over soon.
So Stranger Things likes to finish on Billy. That was another strong episode. The kids are still fairly, other than Dustin, fairly oblivious to everything that's going on. They're still running around worrying about their love lives and making a mess of their love lives, as children are wont to do. We're still seeing the effects of Hopper's interesting parenting style. I think there's nothing wrong, obviously, with him wanting Mike and Elle to spend a little less time together, a little less time kissing, but the way he went about it was still pretty weird. And again, with Hopper, like, ugh, I'm not loving him this season. I mean, he obviously cares about Elle, and that is the main thing that she needs in her life, someone dependable who cares about her as a parent. But, you know, like, he very clearly didn't handle it very well with Mike. I mean, in some ways, I get why he thinks it went well, but, you know, like, he could have done that a lot better, and he's so proud of himself despite the fact that he didn't do it very well. And then, you know, like, he's clearly fancies Joyce. Every time he asks her to go to dinner, she says no. So this time he makes a point of saying it's not a date. It is just dinner between friends. Then he buys a new dress, gets all of the fancy wine and everything, and it's kind of, you can't, that's not good. So it makes me not want them to end up together. I used to think I would quite like it if they ended up together, but you know, she's still getting over Bob, and the way he died, of course she's still getting over him, and also who says she's never going to fancy him? So yeah, I'm not loving Hopper so far this season. He's often one of those characters that is never my favourite, but I hope he makes better choices soon. And I mean, you know, obviously Mike lying, and then Lucas trying to help him, and Paul Will just wants to play D&D. You know, I think Mike is acting very much the way kids act. And you know, I really, really, really enjoyed Max and Elle getting to spend that time together, them forming more of a friendship. I mean, I don't know how much, obviously, maybe they had spent time together in the time that we haven't seen them, but from the way they were talking, it seems like Elle has been very much wrapped up with Mike, which fair enough, they were dating, that's fine, I'm not, no problems with that, but also I think it's good for her to make friendships of her own with the rest of the group. And I liked that they kind of came together, and she told her a bit of like, you know, as Lucas said, Max has stomped him like 5 times, so, you know, I don't think this is the end of the road for the first love of Mike and Elle, but I think there needs to be some better choices made all around, and I like that Elle's kind of finding who she is for herself, finding out what she enjoys, what she finds is fun, what's her style, and I think that's really good for her character because she deserves this. And you know, eventually I feel like all the mystery, the rats and the upside down and the Russians are all going to start crashing in with them, but for now, they are safe from it. Then we've got Dustin with his Soviet message that he found, and I love that his friendship with Steve was one of the best parts of season 2. It was something I wasn't expecting, and it was something I loved, and so I'm glad that like they are still close, and I'm enjoying Robin, and you know, I feel like whether she wants to or not, she's going to be dragged into this mystery, but yeah, they know now that there is some sort of weird Russian code coming from nearby or from US soil, and then we've seen the guy with the helmet wandering around, and he was, I think, the guy who was like lifting the scientist up by his neck or whatever in the first episode. So yeah, there's definitely Russians running around in Hawkins. That guy was not crazy. I mean, obviously 11 is not Russian, but he was kind of right. And I guess they're using maybe some of the old cracks into the upside down that we have from before, and it's not good, very not good. Then obviously Nancy is still feeling undervalued at her workplace. I mean, in a small town in America in the 80s, I don't know that that's ever going to change, but they're exploring this mystery. They found the crazy rats that are eating all the fertiliser, and the fertiliser came from a farm. Now, I know a lot of last season there was like the pumpkins in the farm, and is it going to be one of those farms that's affected by all of the stuff last season? Is that why the rats are going kind of crazy with it? Could that be causing part of the problem? But Nancy and Jonathan are onto it, as I I like that again, it's kind of like you've got season 1 style, like Nancy and Jonathan are onto one strand of the case, then Dustin's onto one strand of the case, and I presume the others are going to slowly but surely get drawn into different bits. Joyce is onto one strand of the case. You know, they're all kind of being affected by different elements of what is happening, and as it goes further we will see more and more of that, and eventually the strands will all come together. I think it was good to see that Jonathan is kind of there for Nancy, and I mean, you know, fair enough if this backfires and they get fired, you know, he was starting probably quite a good career as their photographer, but that's because he's a man. Whereas for Nancy, you know, to be honest, if they're not going to take her seriously as a reporter, she might as well try and find something else. But yeah, I enjoyed that plotline, them working together, though they were very close to getting a nice picture of an exploded rat monster. So, you know, I hope that old lady's okay and the rat didn't go after her. Then we have Billy, who the show is ending on again, and he is being affected by the Upside Down and everything. It is affecting him, and he's kidnapping people to join him because he sees visions of Take Me to him. And how much of Billy is in there? Is this gonna... I mean, in the long run, is Billy going to die? In the long run, is Billy going to be a nicer person if he survives this? Or is he going to be a worse person if he survives this? They did a good job, I thought, to an extent last season, of showing that the reason he's the way he is because of his father. You know, he has not got good parental figures, he has not got people that have taught him the right way to be, but that still doesn't excuse him being the way he is, if that makes sense. It explains it, it doesn't excuse it, so maybe this will be the push. He's kind of a more extreme version of Steve. Season 1 Steve was a bit of a dick, quite a bit of a dick, but he was coming around a little bit on his own without any external pressures, and then once he found the mystery and everything, he's become like one of my favourite characters, whereas Billy, you know, is just kind of gross. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen with Billy and what's happening next. So yeah, this is a really strong season, and I hope at some point Will gets to play D&D, or else I think we're all going to be starting a campaign for Will to get to play D&D. So yeah, thank you for watching.